right, I just wanted to come on here and say, don't believe your 3D, right? 3D is an illusion, right? Don't believe your 3D. Believe your assumptions, right? Believe your knowing. That's what you want to get into the habit of believing, right? It's the consciousness first and then the 3D. That's the process, right? So if you don't like things in your 3D life, don't worry. You can change it by believing in your assumptions first, right? So start what are things that you could start that you want, right? So maybe you want a new house. So instead of believing the 3D that everything's too expensive and it's impossible, right? The news loves to tell us that. Instead of believing that you can't get a house, use the feeling as the secret. The feeling is the knowing you already have your house, right? Start being the person who has a home, right? What are they doing? They're planning, they're decorating, they're thinking about the layout of their yard, they're looking up what homeowners need, right? And, at night, throughout the day, plant your imaginal seed of what your house looks like, right? Dwell in there, experience it, right? Get detailed, live in this imaginal conscious space, right? And because of the laws of nature, it must manifest, right? So the world can tell you that, well, this is too hard. Well, you have to have this. Well, you have to have money, right? You have to have all these things. And then when you do that, you'll be worthy enough to get a home. You had to do all these actions. You had to do all this work to earn your right, your worthiness of owning a home. But we know that's not true. We know that we are already worthy. We know that we are energetic royalty. We know that we're a child of our higher power, that we are one with our higher power, that we are spiritual beings having a 3D experience. So we know the trick. We get to dwell in our imaginal space, right? We get to experiencing owning our dream home, right? This person gets to experience owning their dream home and knowing, right? Just enjoying the process, right? Not trying to force it to happen, right? Not trying to, get it because you feel like you don't have it. Not that. It's about just already have the home, appreciating it, knowing, and not switching back and forth, oh, well, where is it in the 3D? Not checking the 3D, just dwelling in this space, right? Not focusing on the 3D, just knowing, planting the seeds, right? Think about the couple with Neville who, got their apartment. They just imagined, they didn't doubt, and they didn't do anything. So trust the process, right? And if you're having doubts, practice your faith by starting with small things, right? Maybe manifest a couch. Maybe manifest curtains. Maybe manifest start with $100, right? Practice your faith and grow in your self-worth, right? Your worthiness, right? You're not worthy because you work hard. You're not worthy because you earn it. You're worthy because you are energetic royalty. You're worthy just as you are. How can you earn your worthiness if we're conscious beings and the conscious realm has no time? How can you earn something if everything is only ever the present moment, right? So it's not about, using the laws we're taught in the 3D school, in the 3D world, right? Those are the laws that keep us enslaved, right? We don't need to practice that. That's already being shoved in our faces. We want to practice, right? Assuming and knowing our worth. Start speaking forth what we want, right? We're not worried about the 3D. We're not worried about that, right? We're worried about knowing about that the law works, that our imagination is reality creation, that you are already what you could ever hope to be right now, right? If you feel like you're in a story where it's a struggle, you're not getting what you want, right? Take a breath, stop, right? Shake it off. And because the conscious realm has no time, shift to the story you do want. Practice dropping what you don't like and be like, okay, no, I am this. I am it because I decide myself to be. I am it because I get to choose. And in the conscious realm, there's no time. So everything's instant. Everything is right now. It's not about steps, right? We can take inspired action and it can require steps. That's fine. But we're jumping through to our identity that we want first and then taking action, right? You're not taking action to be what you want. You're being what you want, taking action and seeing that result into more of who you want to be. So practice dropping, if you feel like life's a struggle, if you feel like work's not getting you attention, if you feel like you want a new job, if you feel like you want to have money so you can focus on your dreams and goals, right? Drop that knowing that's not in your favor. Drop it. Let it go. Water off the duck's back. And now embrace the story you want, right? Start practicing that knowing. Start embodying what you want. And the more you do it, the easier it becomes. All right, so I hope this helped. Thank you so much.